Budget Bunny here, and today's video is going to be a July-August haul as I have picked some of these things up over the last few weeks and it is now the beginning of August. So I shopped at a few different stores including Dollarama, Giant Tiger, our local Metro, PetSmart, and then just an individually owned pet store. It's just an independent chain. So all of these items are for a variety of pets, and they're just things that I was either running out of or needed to pick up anyways, so I just thought I'd show you guys what I purchased. So I'm going to start with what I picked up at Dollarama. As you guys know, the dollar store is one of my favorite places to shop for pet supplies, and I can occasionally get pretty creative there. Everything I picked up today was kind of straightforward though. So the first thing that I got was the set of 2 terracotta pots, and they're actually just kind of what would go under a pot, but I thought that they would be perfect. I saw in one of Chocolate Colors 26's video that they work well for sand baths, and I'm not sure if Chandler is going to use the sand bath or not, but I would like to give him the option. His hair does tend to get a little bit greasy, especially with how long it is. So I'm going to use those in his cage. So the next thing I picked up, again for Chandler, was one of these Whiskas cat foods. It just comes in a small container like this, and it's chicken dinner pate. I don't think you want the ones that are really gravy flavored, but hamsters can, because they're omnivores, have a small amount of cat meat. They can also have things like chicken and turkey and beef, but since we don't eat meat in the house, I thought this would be an easier option. We also have cats who would enjoy the rest of this meal. Now this one is for Ella and Chandler, and it's just millet spray. It's one of Ella's favorites, but Chandler can have this as well. So I thought I'd pick it up at the dollar store too. They sell a pack there for $1. And while I was there, I also found these adorable bowls, and I thought they were perfect for the guinea pig's food, so I picked up 2 of them. Next, I picked up this very cute mug, and I actually thought that this would be great in Chandler's cage. Since it is summer, even though we have central air, I find on really hot days he's not sleeping in a hidey hut. He's kind of just curling up somewhere in the corner of his cage, and I thought he might like the coolness of a mug. The Hamster Ninja gave me this idea, and I thought it was a really good one, so I did pick up a little larger mug for him because he is a bit of a larger hamster, but I thought the pattern on this one was very cute. So next up are these Love Fresh odor absorbers. Every home needs these. I've actually used them around the litter boxes for the cats and found they really helped, but I've decided that I might put one of these in the bunny room just to help absorb excess odors. On nice days I love to have the windows open, but when it's too hot in the summer or too cold in the winter, everything's closed up, and I do tend to notice a bit of a smell in there. So it does say that it neutralizes smoke odors, but we don't smoke. But then on the back it says that it absorbs odors caused by smoke, painting, dampness, pets, solvents, garbage, and cooking. And all you do is you peel off the label, and then it helps to absorb things. I wouldn't suggest using actual air fresheners or anything like that in your pet areas, because especially small pets are extremely sensitive to scents and smell, and it can actually cause a lot of respiratory problems. So that's why I thought this doesn't have a scent really on its own, and it just helps to soak up the odors that are in the air. And I picked up 2 of these. So next up are these Airwick Air Fresheners. I picked up 6 of these, all in the country berry scent. Now these don't actually go in the pet room. These just go around our cat litter boxes, which are in the laundry room in the basement. I just have one open at a time, but I like to stock up on them so I can just rotate them as they dry out. And I was really excited that the dollar store had these teether links. So So I featured these in Honey and Rocky's cage, I think, in one of the cage tours a few months ago, and said I was going to pick them up for the other rabbits. Ollies I think I got at Shoppers Drug Mart, but then I couldn't find either of them to add one to Willow's cage. So I have finally found another set of 6, and I just like to hang these in the cage, and I find the bunnies like to swing them around. Next I picked up 2 of these stackable latch containers. These were actually in the craft section, but I thought they'd be perfect for some of Chandler's foods that I use occasionally, like lentils and flaxseed, things like that, so that I have little storage containers that don't take up much space in my nightstand. And if you've been watching my videos for a while, you know that my bunnies absolutely love these cat tunnels that are $2 each at our local dollar store. So I have purchased 2 more today. One is blue and one is red. I don't really care about the color so much, to be honest. But I just bought those because I happened to notice that a couple of the ones that we have are starting to wear down and there's some wire poking out of them. We have had them for more than a year now though, so they've held up really well. And again, they're only $2 each when you need to replace them, so it's not really a big deal. And lastly, from the dollar store, I got these pet throw blankets that are 20 by 30 each. My friend Sweetie P actually tipped me off about these ones. They are so soft. So the one side is kind of a regular fleece, and this side here is really nice and soft. So I think they're going to be perfect in the guinea pig cages when winter gets closer and kind of in their bed area. So I was really excited about those, and I picked up 2 of them. Okay, so that was everything that I picked up today at Dollarama. Let's move on to the grocery store. So at the grocery store today, I picked up this bag of green lentils. I think they were about $1.50 a piece. And also a bag of yellow split peas. I'm really trying to vary Chandler's diet, and I have had people comment on how nice his coat looks and how healthy he looks, and I really think a varied diet is important in maintaining your hamster's health. So I am trying to give him a good variety of foods, and these are things that I throw into soups anyways, so we often have them in the house. So I just picked up another bag of each. They're a really good price, and I can just add them into his food as I like. Okay, so I thought that since I only had 2 items from the independent pet shop I shop at regularly, I would show those next. So I did pick up this chinchilla bathing sand, and again, this is for our hamster Chandler. I'm going to put some of this in one of those terracotta dishes in his cage and see if he enjoys it. Now the reason I picked this brand was because I was doing a bit of research online, and I know that a lot of people had said to stay away from any of the bathing sand that also says somewhere on there that it's dust, just because chinchilla dust is a lot finer and can give your hamster respiratory problems. So there was actually one hamster forum based in Singapore, and they had listed kind of the best and worst, and this one, this brand Versalaga, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but they had mentioned that this was one of the best ones. So there were only 2 or 3 options. The other 2 said they were sand, but then in the description mentioned dust, so I was a little hesitant. But this one only says bathing sand around it. It does say it's good for small pets such as gerbils and hamsters, and since it was on that list of good sands, I thought that I'd be safe buying that one. So that pack was $10.99, which was a little pricey, but it's such a big it's massive. It's 2 liters, so I figure that Chandler will have this his whole life. So I'll just read you here quickly what it says on the back about this product. It says, bathing sand. This high quality bathing sand is specially developed for the hygienic requirements of chinchillas and other rodents like degus, gerbils, hamsters, etc. It is a pure mineral product free from bacteria. The small, smooth, and soft structure of the particles means that it can permeate through the fine hair structure of the coat to the skin without any problem or damage for an optimal absorbing and cleaning effect. A daily sand bath for your rodent is the perfect guarantee for a coat in excellent condition. Provide a special place for this with enough space and fill it with 2 to 3 centimeters of bathing sand. Freshen each week, easy to open and resealable. So hopefully Chandler uses this. I don't know if he's going to or not, but we'll see. At least I'm giving him the option. Okay, so the other thing that I got from this pet store was this Potty Litter by Super Pet. This is going to be going along with something else I purchased at PetSmart. And it just says potty litter for potty training your pet, keeps pet's cage clean, pet safe, and non-toxic. And then it's got the small picture of a hamster and gerbil at the bottom. So the reason I actually picked up this is because hamsters can be potty trained, and Chandler has actually picked the 2 spots in his cage that he likes to go to the washroom. But I was having a really hard time finding the right size litter pans for him. So now that you're going to see that next, but now that I found those, I needed to get litter to go with it. So this was only $3.29 and it is 16 ounces. It's a pretty good sized container. I'm just going to mix this with some of his shavings because he is going in one designated area as well, so I don't think he needs the whole thing filled up with this. Alright, so these are all the items that I picked up at PetSmart the other day. We had a new PetSmart open probably about 8 months ago in our city, which was really excited because it was a bit of a drive to our other one. The only unfortunate thing is that it's more of one of those express ones, so it doesn't have a huge selection. It's a fairly small store as opposed to the one that I really like going to that has like every single small pet item under the sun. But I still found pretty much what I was looking for there. So let's take a look. Okay, so the first thing I'll show you are the litter pans. Like I said, I did pick up 2 of them. They do come in different colors. However, I chose blue because Chandler's a boy and I feel a little bad because his hamster wheel and his ball are pink, as my last hamster was a girl and I wasn't gonna change everything around for him just because he was a boy. So at least he has blue litter pans now. These are the smallest ones. I had a hard time finding these, but I knew that PetSmart would carry them, and I think they were only about $1.99 each, which I thought was a really good price. So they're just 4.5 inches by 5.8 inches by 3 inches in height. And Chandler he'll fit in here perfectly. This is going to be the perfect little litter pan for him. And they're both going to be perfect to go in the corners I need them to. They also say perfect for hamsters, gerbils, and other small pets. Oh, and I also guess they have these little twist ties to tie them into place at the top. Okay, so the next thing that I got Chandler was this cute little food dish. I think it was Aaron's hamsters that said that hamsters love to sit on their food and they like shallow food dishes. So when I saw this one, I thought it was just perfect for him. And they do sell one similar at the dollar store, but I paid $5.99 for this one. I think that it was kind of a rip-off in price when the ones at the dollar store are $1. But the problem with the dollar store ones is they have all these cat patterns on them because they're meant for cats. And they have this cat in the middle, and I just didn't like them. And I like the green and the purple on this one. So it's hopefully the only time I'll have to buy a food dish for him. So I think he's going to like this one. So I don't encourage people to give treats on a regular basis, but these ones were on clearance for I think 97 cents, and they're just Living World yogurt drops. So and they're honey flavored treats for hamsters, and I just wanted to have a few on hand because I know my previous hamsters just loved yogurt drops, and I think once in a while as a treat is okay. So it just says Living World drops are an easily digestible treat for your pet hamster so that your pet hamster will love. This convenient, easy to feed snack is made with honey and can be fed on a daily basis as a treat or reward. Look for other Living World drops to provide even more variety to your hamster's diet. Feed 1 to 2 Living World drops daily. Do not feed 1 to 2 Living World drops daily. This has way too much sugar in it to be given that often, and it even says the first ingredient is sugar, vegetable oil, dried whey protein concentrate, honey, cornstarch, dried yogurt, lecithin, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, riboflavin, and vanillin. So I would also like to point out that these are only for hamsters because they're omnivores. Do not give these to your guinea pigs or rabbits. Guinea pigs and rabbits are herbivores and they can't take any kind of dairy in their diet. I almost forgot to say one thing. Dwarf hamsters shouldn't have these at all because they're very prone to diabetes. And so you don't want to give them anything that has any sugars in them. So Syrian hamsters only. Okay, so the other treat that I picked up for Chandler were these tasty chicken flavor Temptations. They're by Whiskas. If you live in the UK, they're called Dreamies, but the packaging looks the exact same. And obviously our cats go nuts for these as well, but I just wanted to add in a few to Chandler's treat bowl, so that because they are a good source of protein. Any of these kind of meat things, there's some dog treats that are good for hamsters as well. And only 2 calories per treat. The only thing when you're trying to pick out treats for your hamster, just make sure there's no garlic or onion in them. There shouldn't be anyways, because garlic and onion is not good for cats or dogs either. But you never know what people are putting in, what different companies are putting in to give things a little extra flavor. So these ones are hamster safe. I've watched quite a few hamster diet videos and treat videos and things, and they were on the safe list, so that's why I picked them up. Alright, and the last 2 things I picked up were these beastly bags of bedding. These are both for Chandler, and probably are gonna last most of his life. I try to buy in bulk because it's just cheaper. I picked Living World because it was on sale, not because it's better than any other brand. If you can find Aspen shavings for a better price than what I paid, then by all means go ahead, or if there's a brand you prefer, then that's cool too. I just went for the stuff that's on sale. So the Aspen shavings, why I pick Aspen shavings first of all. Pine and cedar are very, very bad for any of your small pets. They have very strong aromatic oils, and if anyone has ever bought pine or cedar shavings, because I have long time ago, before I knew better, it has a really strong smell to it, and it bothers my nose, so it's gonna definitely bother your pet's nose. And how I actually found out that pine shavings were bad, because they seem to be the one that pet stores carry the most, was when I got Ollie. So I had always used them for Rocky, not knowing any better. He was my first rabbit. And a year later, I got Ollie, and I couldn't figure out why his nose was running every day. I was actually quite concerned about him, but he wasn't sneezing. There was no discharge. It was just clear running. His eyes were watering and his nose was running. So I started to do some internet research, and it turns out that he was allergic to the bedding because the scent is so strong that it irritates a lot of small pets. And even if they're not showing visible signs of irritation, it's really hard on their respiratory system and can also be really hard on their liver. So please, if you're going to use a wood shaving, please use Aspen. Aspen doesn't really have an odor to it, and it's the safest one. So I picked up the Living World Aspen shavings because this 113 liter bag was on sale for $19.99, and I think it's usually $29.99, and it was the same with this purple Carefresh. I didn't pick purple because it's my favorite color. I picked purple because they're clearing it out. It was reduced to clear. I'm not sure why, but it was normally, I think it was also $29.99 on for $19.99. So this bag of Carefresh is the 25.7 liter bag that expands to 50 liters. So they were both the biggest bags of bedding that they sell, and Chandler actually gets a mix of shavings with Carefresh or KT Clean and Cozy. It just, again, depends on which one's the cheapest at the time. And finally, I made a pit stop at Giant Tiger and picked up these printed microfiber kitchen drying mats for $3 a piece. They are 15 by 20 inches, and if you guys have seen some of my older hauls, I love these for the guinea pig cage in the areas where the guinea pigs really like to pee and poop. These work so well for absorbency, and they are safe for your washing machine. So when they get yucky, I just give them a good shake outside and then just throw them in the washing machine and they're good as new. Okay guys, so I really hope that you enjoyed this haul video. I was really excited to pick up all of these items, and I think that the pets are gonna love them. So until next time, bye bye!